advocate. Bounty runes, though. 5 minutes, it looks like no contest on any of them. And that will lead to a 3-1. Radiant coming out in the lead.
Oh, but Ice could be in trouble now.
Ice doesn't have a Blightstone, that's interesting.
He has enough money for the TP. Does Winter have a way to cancel? Yes, he went for the Ice Map. Ice knows this. He's
got no mana for TP Scroll on. If you're going to put a TP spell, he's dead anyway. Got him.
He just got his mana for the TP Scroll as he was about to complete that tip.
At the same time, Velo does die again top. Level 3 Timbersaw falls.
I couldn't check.
Once more.
He's dying so often, I can't bother. Wow. So this is a bad start for Velo, right? I think we can safely say that.
Yeah.
What's his net worth? 1,000. So his net worth is below Winter. Wow.
Oh dear, that's something we never see.
No.
And the thing is, when Velo has poor games in this stack, it feels like things fall apart pretty quickly.
Well, that Necrophos game, he recovered quite nicely. Oh, Polison is in trouble. He's dead. That Necrophos game, remember, against the Queen of Pain, was it?
Co-op, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite fine. He recovered quite decently, right?
So the rest of his team, you know, 4v5'd.
Yeah, for a solid amount of time.
For a long time, they stomped that game. But yeah, he did recover. He came back.
Look, when we compared someone like Skem, for example, not to throw shade, but you know, when he has a bad lane, that's it. Skem plays support.
Yeah, he's a +4.
Okay, that EMP, but nothing to say. Now, that's a
hate jabs with X-Well.
But he's realizing that he messed up here. The trees make this really difficult. Does he go like Superman? Is that he's just like leading with that? That's interesting. I've never seen the animation.
It's like Thor's hammer.
Yeah, that's better. That's the one. Yeah. Thank you. Wrong superhero. Yep. And you get an early Spirit Vessel with this Quaswex Invoker, which is a point you were making earlier, which is very important. Cold Snap is really oppressive against a Timbersaw. You have the EMP as well. Like, Timbersaw is not gonna have a game. Like, there's no chance against a Quaswex Invoker. It's just so unfortunate. And Quaswex Invoker does fulfill a very different role than Quas Exort, which is you come online much sooner.
Yes, but you also have to make sure that when you come online and you are ready to fight as top lane, they jump Velo again, absolutely annihilate that poor Timbersaw. What is he now? 0-4? 0-4-0, yeah. Pretty atrocious start. And Sven. Yes, you come online faster, but you have to make the most of it. It's kind of like the difference between like Blink and Midas, right? Where you buy a Blink Dagger and you need to use the Blink Dagger to get value from it to make sure that it was worth purchasing it. Go find kills, go find, you know, jumps, catches on people. And Midas, you want to obviously get that efficiency from the Hand of Midas. And Exort is very much that. Extend the game to get your levels like a Hand of Midas, where you want to delay until you have more points in Exort.
Yeah, that's a very good analogy, actually. And with this, the idea though is to create the space with his Invoker. So I'm not surprised if he starts rotating as soon as he can get an ideal kill. He's still going for the Hand of Midas, which is interesting though for the Quaswex Invoker. And I guess the Invoker does still have the late game. Like late game Quaswex or Quaswex doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So.
And this was a standard build for quite some time, going Spirit Vessel drums into Midas.
Hello, in trouble. He is not going to go down just yet. Omni Slash deterring a bit disinitiation, but Warcry completely stops all the damage. Nice Ice Path, catching 2 there. At level 2 Ice Path, yes it is. No dual preference, Winter, as they go for the stuns, and Velo thinking he's actually a hero when you're just an oversized creep.
Abadi makes the have the numbers advantage down bottom as they lost Laguna Blade. But they get the overall better trade hero to hero wise. But you look at the gold. I mean,
Velo is worth less. Yeah.
There was one gold advantage for the Dire team just because of how poorly this game has started for Velo on that Timber.
Poor Velo.
But yeah, Abadi gets involved. A couple of earn charges already in his pocket. And Ice now relegated to defending this top lane from the Timber and the Juggernaut, who swing in to try and deal with that tier 1. They're diving Jakiro bottom. MP hunting through the trees, the roll connecting. I don't know how that did. Off the side. Well, they found Winter and Abadi. Another earn charge, adding to his collection.
Nope. Take that kill against Winter and push the tower with it. MP will be taking the... actually, well, putting a bit of pressure. I don't know if he's going to be taking the tower. It's still a bit too early. But still, we were talking about how the Jakiro kind of brought the lanes together and they had an easier line time, even the Timber Saw, but it's just not working for them at all. Fnatic has been taking good advantage of this Grimstroke and Earthspade. And this reminds me of the game we're watching with GeekFam. There doesn't seem to be lanes. They're just kind of rotating. There's the mid lane where the Invoker resides, and everything else is just, well, wherever the kills are, wherever you can find the space.
And with these double Midases, they're definitely going to find themselves a lot of income as well as that space that they have.
Oh, he's skipping the Spirit Vessel for the earlier Midas. I like this a bit better.
Yeah, it's going to allow him to ramp and accelerate much, much faster.
I still think Midas Invoker is actually quite a legitimate item. I know a lot of Invokers skip it now for the quick ags, but it gives you that reliability when you come into the late game in case you don't find kills.
Yeah, with Exort in particular, sometimes you just need that snappier timing.
But even with Squad's Wex, you were talking about, right, it makes it more reliable of a build. And you are not relying on getting that early game potential. Midas makes sure that you still remain relevant. He's just... Okay, no, never mind. I'm just going to stop talking about this build because he's switching around.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like the fact that he's swapping around is indicative of him not feeling where the game is going or changing his mind. People are allowed to change their mind. He was thinking the same thing you're doing. He wants the Midas to ramp quicker. Now he wants the guaranteed way to deal with the Timbersaw. So they can keep shutting down Velo. That is literally a hero that doesn't exist on this Radiant team anymore. Put Spirit Vessel on him and he is dead.
Velo's like, why don't I get more whirling death damage? These are trees. Just living. I wish that was a mechanic, actually. That would be a great mechanic.
Alacrity on the catapult down bottom.
Oh.
Even glyphing it there, so how they can push more damage to the tier 2.
That is the real... This is how you play Invoker. It's all for the alacrity. I still remember the Brewmaster plus Invoker builds back when Wings used to do that. That was so fun to watch.
And sure was. I'm wondering if Ice is considering a Midas as well. It feels like they're going to go for this multi-Midas setup as he wants the TP forward, decides better of it.
I mean, Invoker has decided not to go for the Midas, which might mean then maybe there's any conversation with Ice as well. He's like, nah, I'm going to go for Midas. Let's not go for 3 Midases. MP is going to deny this tower. Oh, Poloson with that snake. The snake twitch makes you not get that deny. Oh, he's even get denied with the snakes. Look at that. Poloson, that micros power in the snakes. Wow.
Very powerful.
I love it. I was enjoying it. It's not easy to micro those snakes just because of how terrible the total, like, actual controls are when you use the snakes. It's very, very annoying. Alright, DJ could be in trouble here. Nothing to say, just kind of going around. Oh, is there a hero here? Nope. Is there a hero here? Oh, are you serious? He does not check the one place where DJ is actually standing.
Oh. The hidey hole in the trees.
He's found the perfect place. Nothing to say, was confused by that. He has the Yol Scepter first. And I'm assuming he's going to be the typical Lina build with Ether Lens. No reason not to.
Yeah, looks like it. With the Arcanes already built up.
Yep. Alright, yeah.
Assemble the Arcanes into Ether Lens.
Okay, the Jakiro now suffers because DJ was patient. He was biding his time. And much like a tiger, he eventually finds his prey. There's the... Maybe not. Maybe the prey... The tiger's fine. Something just gets away. This prey gets away. Winter will survive this.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. He tries to get the Magnetize restarted, but instead snipes him.
He used all of his stones. What did he use? 5 stones there just to kill a Jakiro? So it feels pretty bad as DJ to need to expend all of those stones just to kill a lowly position 5 support. But they open the lane for Ice to farm forward towards the tier 2. So that forces the attention of the Radiant to come down and defend and address this Radiant jungle area, which it has been warded up by Fnatic. That's why Juggernaut right now has split himself away from that bottom lane, away from the mid lane, farming Ancients, trying to move into Battle Fury, which is honestly something that we very rarely see nowadays on Juggernauts.
Well, their Spirit now in trouble. Macapire and Laguna Blade committed, and he's like, nah, you're not getting away with your rolling boulder shenanigans. Velo comes in, thinking
experience!
He can help.
Give me XP!
He tried to steal that kill as well. He wasn't just going for the experience.
But yeah, Juggernaut Battle Fury, this used to be the build, and it really fell out of favor being just a little bit too slow and focused on farming and ramping kind of that 15 to 25 minute period. It's also against a Sven Invoker, you know you need some way to keep up farm, right? It's that very similar X-Hero versus Anti-Mage quandary. When you're a Juggernaut or a Void or a PA, you're thinking, hang on, he's going to buy Battle Fury. I kind of need to. I need some way to accelerate myself into these tertiary items at the same speed as which Sven is doing. He's got the Hand of Midas, he's got the Greater Cleave. Echo Saber now done, which will lead Fnatic to look for kills. Hello. Okay.
Should be said as well that the Battle Fury and Juggernaut stopped being popular because Maelstrom became a much better option with the new Omni Slash. Battle Fury with the current Omni Slash is just not that good. It doesn't give you the attack speed that you're looking for, really. And ever since they changed the cleave mechanics as well, it's the same reason why Ember never got Battle Fury, ever since they changed the cleave mechanics. It's just not worth it because you can actually position yourself against it. But
it's just too expensive. Like, it's too slow to build.
But there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons.
I mean, the primary reason is like, it's literally too expensive.
It is. It's not. It gets too in your way. But getting the Yasha next to them will still be relevant, like you mentioned. It's still a way.
I love that. Jabs just wanders, like, he's just waddling in, this Grimstroke. Walks towards 5 Radiant heroes, dodges the Ice Path, scares the Timbersaw. Allows the rest of his squad to shove tier 1, and the defense not really being mounted here by Winter and his boys. They throw a couple of spells their way, but they just have to leave the tier 1 to fall.
A tier 1 falling. Fnatic kind of opened their map a bit, but their tier 1 is also falling, so both teams have equal opportunities to be aggressive here.
Shadow Shaman Blink.
That's actually pretty big, man. But he did not go for Aether Lens this time, and I agree with it. Sometimes you have to shift around with your build. Since your Timbersaw just needs like what, 20 more minutes to recover. You need the Shadow Shaman to have an early impact, and Blink is a bit better for that than the Aether Lens. And the Juggernaut goes and finally finishes up Battle Fury. That's kind of late, I guess. Well, Face Boots and Wraith Band. A bit. Usually 15 minutes is what you're looking for, but it's okay. Not a big deal.
Timbersaw going back for Soul Ring.
Oh god. No.
17 minutes Soul Ring.
Is that? Yeah.
He's got Arcanes and a Crown, but
he's going for Rod of Athos first, which I think is probably one of the better items on a Timbersaw that's losing.
Pretty indicative of where he wants to go, though. Jungle. Farm jungle for as long as he can.
What, the Soul Ring, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey,
just allow him to spam spells.
Was he just trying to... Okay, he was trying to...
Scouting Rush.
Scouting Rush.
So Spirit Vessel done on Abed, working on the Ags now. Point booster already up with 1200 in the bank.
They really hate Timbersaw. Like, I know Spirit Vessel's good besides that, but Timbersaw...
MP buys Blink, TP's top. God Strength is on cooldown here, but an Inkswell into Stormhammer catching onto that Juggernaut, not even swelling the Sven until the silence, stopping BT Faded from spinning, but they don't get the stuns chained perfectly. The Sunstrike pops him out, and Abed snipes the kill. All the way from bottom lane, also stopping Shadow Shaman from initiating, turns with the Cold Snap and that Soul Release. Ice. Animation cancelling the TP. He's been doing that all game, by the way. Ice has been fake TPing to bounty runes and rune spots, even without vision, just to... It's the mind games. Does he have vision here? Does he know? Is he faking? Is he coming? Is he going?
Yeah, I mean, that's quite important, especially, if, you know, as you mentioned, the wards, particularly. The Invoker's getting closer and closer to the Ags, and honestly, I mean, the timing again, it's hard to determine the Spirit Vessel. I'm not really sure what the Ags timing is with the Spirit Vessel, but he's not doing badly in terms of farm. Lena beating him ever so slightly, but it's no big deal. She's going for traditional build, though. Not going for Aether Lens, interestingly enough, going for Shadowblade first. Okay.
Can still go back into it.
Of course, yeah. I mean, if you go for Arcane Boots, I think the Arcane Boots on Lena are superfluous most of the time.
So you need the Shadowblade mainly against the Invoker, I feel.
So you can hunt them down?
Yeah, so I mean, if you use the Invoker and try and go for LSA, there's a chance that you can Tornado in between the Yule's landing and the LSA hitting. Which,
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not a zero chance, it's like 15-20% chance that happens.
It depends on how close your LSA, I guess, is to the extra Yules, right?
Yeah, like, it depends how rushed you are. And,
and how safe you want to be. Puts a lot of pressure. Yeah, you're right. I can see that.
He just wants that surprise catch.
That's a dead Polison.
Surprise catch on Nature's Prophet as well is always super handy to try and find him when he is lurking in the trees and the shadows. Look at Ice's build, actually. Vlad's has a vitality booster just casually chilling. Possibly considered going for a Crimson Guard, but Solar Crest is what he's aiming for now.
Yeah, we've seen this build of the Vlad's Solar Crest, and usually actually with Crimson Guard as well. Of the kind of pushing Nature's Prophet, but also very useful in teamfights because you provide the auras.
I like this on DJ. He's going for the Greaves. So they're going to hit a really strong timing. Not exactly when the Axe comes an Invoker, but around that time. Maybe 3 minutes after. Abed does finish that item. But they're going to have Arcane's mech on the Earth Spirit. They'll have themselves this Solar Crest. That Nature's Prophet, and Sven, of course, with the Blink Dagger already done, is swiftly moving towards his BKB.
The seeds of fortune.
Bounty Rune's going to help out significantly as well, as Fnatic grabbed 3 of them.
What have we here?
Velo struggling to have a game. Watches as Jabs invades his jungle. Doesn't know that Abed is behind him, though. Invoker. Very, very sneakily using Jabs as a red herring, a scarecrow, a false sense of security. It's only a Grimstroke, guys, but no. It's Abed in here to kill a Pelosi. Maybe even get a bonus kill.
Timber.
Nope. That's gonna be 2 supports down, right? For them. Good job from Fnatic. Can they? Yeah, this is important. They can turn it into Roshan. They actually committed God's Strength to this Roshan as well. So there's not much way you can contest Jakiro and Shadow Shaman, really. The wards and the Ice Path are crucial. How important is this Aegis, though?
It's pretty good for the Invoker. He is still reasonably squishy. His Act is arriving now.
That's huge.
But if he's hunting, if he's going deep into the enemy jungle looking for kills on pickoffs, if someone TVs to the Shrine like a Shadow Shaman while he's in the middle of killing off a Lina, for example, he gets hexed, he gets shackled, and the turnaround is there. So if he wants to continue playing that sort of scouting, solo killing Invoker, maybe with minimal backup of Jabs and Ice Ice Ice, with something similar to the movement they just made up on that Northern Radiant Shrine. But they give it to MP. That's going to mean Abed doesn't go for these solo plays. They're going to start grouping up as 5 and playing as a team. Have MP be that frontliner instead of having these potential dives into the jungle to look for kills. And it makes sense if the Radiant will be grouping up as well. You know, they're all playing very tight-knit up at that top shrine.
But this is also take advantage a bit of Velo's incredibly underfarmed Timbersaw. With the round of 8 throws, you still have the catch for the team fight. You're still relatively tanky, and you're a Timbersaw. You're useful even... Well, I wouldn't dare say without items, but you're useful just with your spells to some degree, as long as your team is near you. You can't be that beast that we know and love about Timbersaw, but you can still be good with your team. And Lina, again, not Ethan's yet. Axe as the next item she's going for.
Okay.
I don't mind the... I mean, the X is great for the build, so... I wouldn't mind getting the Ethelens, though. I think the extra range, especially against Sven, is quite good. Look how fast those trains go down with the Battle Fury. They still have the Omni Slash. And... Silence. Stop Juggernaut. Has Blade Fury. Needs to use it. Doesn't use it in time. Gets stunned out by that rolling boulder. BT faded. Maybe saving the Blade Fury for the TP. 2 seconds down. There's the Blade Fury TP. Nah, he knew. He knew.
And the Battle Fury, of course, allowing him to get out of Sprouts. Something that Maelstrom
Oh, that's
doesn't
actually a very good point. Yeah, very true. Very true.
Serpent Wards on the top tower. Ice 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 don't care. He's got 2,000 HP. Clicks through them all. Crimson Guard nearly done for him as well. They're... Pelosi making a move? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is this gonna work out for them? DJ's smoked up. They have a rolling boulder set up. And they're gonna try. Oh, so close to getting the Jakiro, slowing him down with a boulder smash. Jakiro might be the only kill they get here, though.
It's a kill in front of the tier 2, though. That's the important thing. The smoke there isn't necessarily to catch anyone in particular. They would have ideally liked the Lina, even though they didn't have too much reveal. Just a couple of sentries on Jabs. Makes it difficult to find that Lina on her way out with a Shadow Blade. But it's primarily to collapse onto this tier 2 mid. Right now, the only remaining outer tower, that top tier 2. And second Roshan cycle, 5 minutes 20. So we've got MP Aegis for another 2 minutes. I would like to see them go and force something around that top tier 2. I feel the way that Power Mescal lineup are playing is very passive. They're not getting baited into fights. You know, they are farming very efficiently, keeping tabs on the net worth of the Sven, the Prophet, the Invoker. It's just the laning stage didn't go well enough for them to really mount any defenses of their objectives, so they're just letting them go. Giving freebies over to this Fnatic side while not really getting too much of their own. Fnatic, yeah, they're going to go deep for this. Should be an easy tier 2.
Yep. With this, what's the plan for Mescal? They can't quite backdoor him, which would be the ideal situation. They control the plateau. Just pushing out all the lanes.
Their creep wave's coming.
What do you mean?
Top lane.
Yeah, for Fnatic though.
The ultimate.
But I mean, Mescal here. The plan is just to go for Ice Ice.
Oh, right, yeah. Like, they can't defend top lane.
No, exactly. So they have to go for Ice Ice, try to get a counter kill here ideally, which Ice Ice is kind of letting them have as well. Okay, V faded. You can also take a tier 1, I suppose. Yep. At this point, he just came out of the Sprout for style points, because why not? And he gets a bit of farm out of this. So you get a tier 1 for a tier 2 trade. Definitely not ideal, but you are slowing them down to some degree.
You've lost all of your outer buildings, though.
Yeah.
All it takes now is a tier 3 to unlock the shrines, and Fnatic actually have full control of this map.
And you have Nature's Prophet, Invokers, I mean, to some degree Sven. They have really good lane push here.
Aegis for 40 seconds.
They're using it quite effectively for it being the first Aegis, honestly.
Commits a lot to high ground. Honestly, if they get this tier 3, this game really does get out of hand.
Is under attack.
Opting instead to fall back, not committing for it. I mean, tier 3, 30% HP taken down.
What have we here?
Pretty good start. It keeps Abed on the map as well. Farming through Ancients, working towards his Lincolns. And now it's a waiting game.
Look at the build for Faded as well. He seems to. So he goes for the Battle Fury. Now he's going for very high value items. Battlefly, Scotty. You want to make your item slots as worthwhile as possible. So they needed a long game. Which unfortunately also makes Timbersaw a bit useless. He has not really had an impact this game as a whole. Not really Velo's fault. His lane just went badly and he might die again. They Glimmer Cape him. Is that sufficient? Save him? Yes, Velo will survive. Partially thanks to that Glimmer Cape and partially because he's a Timbersaw. And he's going for mech now, so he's still trying to build those Greaves. Honestly, for having the terrible early game Velo had, is the best poor man's Timbersaw roster.
Yeah, he's ahead of the Shadow Shaman. That's all you can really ask for, right?
Yeah, you really cannot ask.
You are not the same as or below your supports.
His atomization is pretty good. Is okay.
Feels
Like,
okay, man.
yeah, it feels okay, man. That's great. Thank you. And Twitch language. Ags for Lina, it's still not completed though, because she didn't finish that Aether. Thank Christ. I really like that. It's a good way to stop a Sven now. And Sven is close to finishing up at Daedalus. So you have a Fnatic team that's close to reaching some very high damage power peaks. Let's see about the Invoker. He's gonna get Lincoln. That Daedalus is gonna make a considerable difference. You're not gonna be able to withstand the Sven's Echo Saber as a whole.
Nature's Prophet, Ice doing such an exceptional job just defending this bottom lane. Making sure it's not a freebie for Faded and Peloton just to keep coming up, clearing waves. Chunking away at that tier 2. Although it looks like they might be considering making a move on him. And making a move on the Lina though, that's a nice jump. Sven stun, Sunstrike, Yule's up, will buy some time. Lina's still going to get caught though. That rolling boulder connecting. She's down for 50 with buyback available. Another high ground attempt here from Fnatic. Got strength with alacrity. Sven is ready to get in. Oh, Peloton destroyed. Down goes Jakiro. Oh my goodness. MP absolutely hammering him. Doesn't have a close way to get out of this crowd though. Unfortunately trapped inside the trees. But Lina, ice walled up and rolled upon with a meteor down. Mescal getting absolutely annihilated. Vela doesn't stand a chance with the Spirit Vessel on him. He's gone. 4 dead with no buybacks. And there should be a lane of barracks.
I mean, they come into your base. They don't care about whatever tier 3s or whatever you call them. They just walk right in and murder you in the front of your house. That was disrespectful if anything by Fnatic.
Fnatic are blazing towards victory.
It's so easy for them.
4 to 20.
There's not a chance in hell for Mescal to do anything right now. They can keep on pushing. I mean, I know they don't have God's strength, but I don't think you're too concerned about that when there's 2 main heroes dead. Juggernaut's trying to outpush the lanes, I think. Also farm, because why not? You have time. But I don't know, like, can you defend? Is this what you do? Is this really just Juggernaut's play now? Just farm and hope that they don't take your base in time?
It looks like it. 10 seconds with no TP. You're losing a second lane of barracks here. Maybe he can make a move in from behind, but he's being spotted by that high ground observer watch from Fnatic, so they know exactly where he is.
Okay, BK beat up MP. Make sure to get away here, despite the snakes kind of annoying him. They had to sprout him in, and instead they find a Juggernaut. Ooh, Juggernaut behind! who was coming back home from farming, and he just wants to get back home entirely. And thank God he does.
If he dies there.
That would have been huge. That it was still not the right play though. Don't take that route. I don't understand why you would ever take that route to go back home. Look at Albert just taunting. He has the Lincolns now. So even harder to kill him as if it wasn't before. Nothing Shaman can do. I mean, they have to essentially cancel it with Ether Shock with Hex or Shackles to stop it.
What's Abad's score right now? He hasn't died, yeah.
No, neither has the Sven though. Like neither Abed or Sven have died. That's not difficulty of the game for Pascal.
Untouchable cause.
Untouchable.
Even Ice Ice, he must have less than 3 deaths, right? Oh, I guess it's 420, so.
Yes, yeah, it is. Like all the deaths here are they're divided among the 2 supports and the Earth Spirit mainly. Meanwhile, look at this Timbersaw, 0-6 and 1. That's a sad man score, and it's gonna turn into 0-7 and 1.
It shows on the map for 10 seconds.
And he's dead.
Obliterated. Jumped on and slain. So what is that? A lane and a half of barracks. Roshan.
Sprout for him, but he's keeping instead. Ooh, that was hopeful by Abe. That was close though. It's very edge of the spin.
Oh, my Roshan time is bugged because my game crashed. So I don't actually have the timer.
0:34.
30 seconds, nice.
It's not like you had it before, right?
No, but I could see the yellow circle so I could guess. I've lost my minigame now.
It's fantastic. It's like an odyssey of Gareth's complications
Yeah.
with the German client. Valve Plus fixed German client.
Yeah, it's just broken apparently.
Alright, there's a ghost. And Montestel dispels it. So you're fine. Ice now going for Fade the second time. Doesn't go DP this time. He has already used his Battle Fury, so he can't get away again. Alden has forced out with a nice Ice Pack with Macapire. DJ will be the first to die. Ice could be in trouble, but it's Fed who's starting to cleave through everyone. V faded, goes down, and the GG is called. Fnatic take game number 3.
Super convincingly as well.
Yeah.
You know, game 1, out-drought, outlane, outplay.
Before you win.
Yeah, nothing to say. Getting the Kian taken out.
Under attack! Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has crumbled to the dust from which it came. It's the Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Boy, Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating. Dire's fortified, I see. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Over here now.
Killing spree.
By the beautiful lips, I will avenge my dishonor.
Let the fun begin. Let's hope.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I'll take that.
Killing spree.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Wicked sick. In over your
Hear you. Well, that went fast, okay.
dominating. Own it. Dominating. Monster kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower's just died. Sad, really. I heard that tower had kids. Dire's bottom barracks, they're under attack. Dire's middle tower is fallen. Dire's middle tower is fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack. Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
Dire
Radiant
team pick.
Prepare for battle! Here we go!
Shoot!
30 seconds to battle! The battle begins!
First blood.
First blood? What is this? I came here to be tested.
Mine! Denied!
Oh, glorious day! Perfect! Of course. Didn't know. damage. It was not your fate. Tribute to my house.
Money changes hands.
Elemental gold. What a bounty! Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility.
Radiant forts have been fortified. Dire's fortified, I see.
Over here! Here I am! You zap!
I'm entitled to a rematch. Never will you see my face. Boy, Dire's bottom tower is taking a beating. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Haste! Yeah!
Killing spree.
So heavy.
Told you a storm was coming!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh!
Dominating.
Ha-ha!
Dire's middle tower has been denied. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Zip!
But the Dire's top tower is under attack.
Zip! Here I am!
Almighty money.
Hello!
Almighty
Over
money.
here now! Zap!
Double damage. Radiant's top tower is under attack. You should have known. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.